Hey guys, it's Glitchy Mango here. Welcome to our latest episode of Pubbing with Glitchy. I decided to start this episode a little bit early, just so I can just show off a couple of things with the game. Here we are in the tavern. One little nice thing is you can play around with the dummies, damage them, and things like that. Basically this shows you the sort of damage you can do with what abilities in your towers. Sometimes, you know, certain people can spam towers and you can't test your own towers because the map can only take so many towers, which is unfortunate, but not at all the end of the world or anything. Anyway, what I wanted to show off was the skill spheres. Every so many levels you get them. They give you free ones and there's also unlockable ones, of course. So here we see defense health, increases the health of your defenses, or hero health, increases the health of your hero. So I think defense health will actually give me more charges on my traps, but to be perfectly honest, I think I need the hero health more just to be able to survive a bit more burst damage. So I'll take the hero health, whereas I normally don't run out of traps, so I'm not going to worry too much in that. I don't think it's a huge concern. Then you just equip them at the forge. There is actually a forge next to the kind old lady, let's call her, because I forgot her bloody name. Basically what you do is just go character, sphere sheet. I'm not sure if you need to be at a forge to do this or not, to be honest, but yeah, you get the idea. So this is just like one that I bought. You can, again from the same kind old lady, you can buy several spheres that do all sorts of different things. And there are some really powerful ones and big ones that you can buy from a different character. I'll show that off a bit later. Whoops-a-daisy. Small slot, medium slot. Okay, so let's put that one there. So I need to be 18 to use the one she just gave me. I suppose the game must expect me to be at level 18 in this point of the story, so that's why they gave me that one. But still nothing too bad. And if I want, I can swap the health one for my damage, but I think I'll just keep damage and I'll take the, you know, cooldown on the abilities. Should work out alright. Would you like to join? Or I think we'll just continue solo for now. Just because I want to do the last map in the campaign. And if I join a party, I might end up doing any odd map. So this is actually the only map I've seen people lose on. It's much harder because it has this cool curse mechanic. Thank you, game. Thank you. Alright, what have we got? I think we have a full party. So you got a nice little cutscene. And that's our first boss of the game. I'm not sure if there are any other bosses in the game at the current point in time, or if they plan to add bosses later. I imagine they probably are. Of course, alpha is alpha. Just because 2 huntresses would be a bit of a nightmare, I'll just switch over to the squire. Quickly just get these defenses so we don't keep our huntress waiting for too long. I suppose about here would be a good spot. Again, just a couple of quick upgrades. They'll probably start readying up soon. I might ready up myself. So I throw down all these towers. Unfortunately, you know, if you end up with all the gems from the chest, it can take a bit to, you know, get all your stuff out and things like that, which can be a little bit of a pain. It's not the end of the world at all, and they'll probably maybe make a couple of changes so it doesn't happen as often. I really gotta stop making that sound with my mouth, don't I? I'm sure it's annoying everyone. Again, I do apologize for any early Let's Play problems. It's a bit weird that the guy typed re. I think it might be his way of trying to ready up. Wonder if I should tell him to type G or not. I'm sure he couldn't have played for like this long and not know how to ready up. It even says in, well, it would say on his screen in the top left corner to press G. I think I covered all of our lanes, so we should be alright. That is one cool thing though, that you can switch heroes in the middle of a match. I'm not sure if you can keep towers and things like that, but I can see that being useful in a solo situation. If you're allowed to keep towers, I should try that out at some point. Because then you could, you know, plant walls as a squire, but then change to your huntress and play the waves like that. Same thing, we got flyers coming in. Squire isn't very good at dealing with that, so I could switch to the huntress. Just get out of there quickly. Go up. As you can see, the Squire is pretty damn survivable. He can really get in the thick of things on a regular basis and not have to worry too much. His one actually reminds me a lot, hopefully I remember this name correctly, of Getsuga Tensho? I believe that's the name of it. Getsuga Tensho, there it is. If they haven't renamed the ability to that, they need to, quite frankly. There's one for the Bleach fans out there. Alright, so we can now see that spot's cursed. Any towers placed there won't do any damage. Betsy. The dragon's name is Betsy. Dungeon Defenders. I like, where I can appreciate a game that doesn't take itself too seriously. It's always nice to see. As you can see, the monk's little thing, we haven't seen him yet in this series, but the monk basically plants auras all around the battlefield that do different effects. So the mage has, you know, walls and towers, same thing with the squire. The huntress has traps, and then the monk has auras. Some of them heal, some of them do damage. I think some can slow enemies. Hopefully I've got that right. Let's get into it. Probably ready up. I believe that's one of the Huntress's towers. I think that's her last one. The last one for the Squire is actually a training dummy, which I'm looking forward to. Basically, as they hit it, it spins more, and the more it spins, the more damage it does. Pretty straightforward stuff. But a pretty good tower to put in front of the walls for some extra damage, as well as a little bit of extra defense at the same time. There's a few slipping past the mage down the wall there. but the tower's cleaning them up from the looks of it. Just want to make sure they don't need any repairs. Ah. I was worried he wasn't repairing it. So, this is a free-to-play game. The model's pretty fair. You can't really buy items that are powerful at all or things like that. It's really just convenience item, cosmetic items. That's really it as far as I can tell. I will let you guys know if I notice anything out that's, you know, outside of what you would want from a free-to-play game, but it does seem pretty fair with its model. Let's see if we can just... There we go. Just threading these guys, control bullets away from the wall. Yep. That's why you shouldn't taunt a suicidal enemy. But no, that's alright. The revive times are pretty short. And, you know, if I had to make the choice between them killing me and them hitting the wall, it's better that they kill me, because we don't lose anything if I die. That's not a drama at all, whereas if the wall goes down, the wall goes down. So this is a game where, you know, dying doesn't really punish you too much, and in some cases it can actually be beneficial to die in the form of trading, sorry. Like I said, like, instead of letting them take the wall, you can let them kill you. And that, in the right circumstances, can be beneficial and the right thing to do. But in the wrong circumstances, it could screw you up, because they might kill you and then take the wall anyway. Oops. Lost my keys there for a second. I like the ballista. It seems to have like a bit of straight AoE and it's got a fair bit of range. It's not too bad. Ready up. We'll just check to see if anything needs repairing. I do like quite a few of the weapons and armors in this game as well. Some of them are pretty good looking. Unfortunately, when you equip armor, it doesn't change the aesthetic of your character. You need costumes for that, which is a bit unfortunate. I'm not crazy about that in RPGs. Not that this is a strictly an RPG, but in RPGs I do like it when getting new armor changes the look of my character. It's unfortunate that that's not in here, but it's understandable considering it's a free-to-play model, and the original was like that as well, where in order to change the look of your character you had to buy costumes. It might benefit me to just get out, heal up quickly. Where's that fire coming from? Trap or balloons? Present style. Cool thing about Threaten as well, not just does it make enemies attack you, it also increases your defense and your attack as well. So it can be really useful if you're being grouped on or just for a straight up fight. It's definitely one of the key abilities for the Squire. Healing up nice and quickly. It's also worth noting, some of the lanes are really good at dealing with physical type stuff and are weak to magical, and vice versa. So as you get further in the game, you have to, you know, put the right types of characters in the right lanes to deal with the right thing, which is a nice little thing. It's not massive or anything, but it does help in its own way, and it means that you do need to plan and make sure you have a decent level of variety with the classes. You unlock new classes by leveling up, but if you don't want to wait, you can purchase new slots for new heroes. It's possible, although this isn't at all confirmed, but they may add future heroes down the line. Again, this isn't confirmed, they haven't said they're going to do this, but it's just something they did with the original, so they might do it with this one as well once the game gets released. We'll wait and see on that. But I would really like to see some new heroes, And last time they did come up with some really varied and cool, interesting heroes. I'd love to see some of them carry over. And there was also some cool variations on the regular heroes. Such as, I think they'll say a female version of the Squire who played different to the male Squire, and stuff like that, you know, gender swapping, that also slightly changes things up. That's nice, and I do appreciate that sort of thing. Let's get a bit of health for the walls, I think, and maybe a little bit of damage. That should do it. So I'm just building this guy to be a little bit balanced, just, you know, being able to hold lanes while still dishing out some damage. But I definitely want him to be a bit more about just holding lanes than anything else. I think that sort of play style benefits the Squire a lot. And he's quite good at it because he has a lot of crowd control and a lot of defenses that can sort of impede advances, particularly the wall is absolutely great. Should probably spend my gems. I do like as you upgrade them, like your walls, your turrets, towers, things like that, they do change aesthetically in appearance. This should heal up when I upgrade. He wants the wall mid. Alright, so I should go and sell those mid towers for him. Not long lane, that would be a disaster if I sold them. No, looks like he's already got it. My walls must have been destroyed. You can sell your walls and towers, things like that. Let's get these guys off here. Let's get that repair up. That's the cool thing with Threaten. You can get the enemy off of your walls, off your towers, things like that, and then you can start repairing them and just let them repair every time that the enemy's focusing on you. That's one of the reasons why the Squire is so good at holding lanes. Probably going to need to heal up soon, so I can probably back off. Let's get that up. Encountering a little bit of lag problems again, but again, nothing too major. I did reduce the frame rate capture on Fraps to about 50 frames, so it's a bit more even, and it's provided a bit more of a steady sort of frame rate and things like that, and there aren't as many little graphical things to deal with and little issues. It just plays a bit smoother. That said though, if I turned Fraps off, they would play much, much better. But, which is probably why you're seeing like little things, especially when I move the camera around a lot, there are little graphical glitches, things like that. But it's nothing too big a deal. Hopefully it doesn't get in the way of the entertainment value. If it does, let me know. I can always reduce the graphical settings. I think they're on the highest right now. And I can of course also reduce the FPS down to 30, but I would prefer not to. If I can, I'd like to keep it at 50 or 60. But I'm willing to bring it down to 30 if that's best. Again, just let me know what works and what doesn't, and what you guys are happy with seeing. Something's still alive. I think that's just Betsy doing her thing. I'll repair this up. So this must be the wave where Betsy attacks. Not a bad first boss either. Definitely looking forward to getting into it. So it looks like she's made a couple of new lanes. Make sure we're ready for that. Just grab some gems quickly. So if you haven't noticed, basically the less players you have, the more gems you get out of these chests. If you're just playing by yourself, I think you get 1,000 gems or the max or something like that. Okay, so it looks like... Is she gonna come through here? Or? Yeah, definitely looks that way. can't build on these. Can build here. So chuck maybe one blockade there and one there. I imagine this is where she's going to come down, but she might just go straight down there as well, or she might take the sides. I'm not sure. Well, at least those lanes are blocked, so we don't have to worry about any enemies coming down those lanes. We just have to worry about Betsy. Maybe I can just chuck a quick turret behind each of these. That should work. I should face them a little bit more to the left in case she comes down the middle. Say I'm ready to go. Looks like everyone's ready up. Let's grab some easy coins. The game definitely gives you quite a few coins, and you can sell items in your inventory that you don't need, which there's going to be a lot of. So I haven't had too many problems with gold and things like that. You do build your gold up quickly, but to be honest, I'm not spending it that much. A lot of the loot I'm using is just stuff I get from, you know, enemies dying and things like that, rather than purchasing it from the shops at the tavern. Alright, let's see what you have to offer, Betsy. Quick Getsu Gatencho. Doesn't have a lot of health. Nowhere near as much as I would have expected, so hopefully we can take advantage of that. I think she's probably going to be stunning in. Yep. No big surprises there. I'll just use Threaten to get some extra damage. She took out that archer, but that's not the end of the world. I can tank her a little bit. See if I can just get around there.